10 signs that you are not in love, just comfortable in your relationship. It does not mean that you no longer feel anything for him, but after spending a long time with your partner, it is normal that you can begin to feel a little confused and doubt if you are really in love with that person. Time is a factor that can play in favor or against in a relationship, but if neglected, it will play against what you have built and it would end up hurting everything. In the following lines, we present 10 signs that you may be feeling comfortable in your relationship, instead of having the flame still on. Clarifying the point, this is not a bad thing, but it is a warning that maybe it is time to take action on the matter or decide if each one follows his own path. 1. It does not give you nostalgia to remember the beautiful moments that you have lived with your partner. Whether you go out to eat or suddenly you are alone in some quiet place, and you begin to remember all the things that you have lived together, but this does not cause you any emotion and you are not seeing the past of both as a nice love story, something romantic. Simply everything that happened between you is indifferent to you. 2. It does not excite you to think about your future together but on your own. The goals you set are always focused on your personal or work growth. You set goals, but those future plans are based solely on your own needs and you do not take into account your partner or their plans within your own. 3. You do not have many conversations, you only talk about things when they are really important. When you see each other you only talk about everyday and conventional things such as how rich the food is or some other almost irrelevant fact, but really there is not a moment in which you look at each other, say a compliment or remember how much you love each other. Most conversations include serious and cold dialogues, more like a negotiation in case of minor disagreements. 4. Take more into account the opinion of other people before your partner's. When he gives you advice about something, you always look for other opinions to find an answer. It's because you feel that his own is really not enough. This is already a clear reflection that this person does not have much impact on your life. You are not considering him as an intimate ally. 5. It makes you curious to be with someone else. When you go down the street and see someone, or you meet a new person, and you get to imagine what it would be like to be in a relationship with that person you just saw or met, even knowing that your partner is at home waiting for you. What's more, thinking that your partner may be at home with someone else in bed does not cause you any major concern. 6. You have sex, but you do it more for the physical than for the emotional. At the time of going to the intimate act, you just let yourself go, you no longer make love, you only have sex, and the worst of all is that sex is so repetitive and predictable in practice that it becomes somewhat monotonous and boring. You do not say anything, do not complain, you do it the same, it just does not excite you as it should. 7. Every time you fight less because you just do not mind the bad things he does. It usually happens that arguments abound when a relationship is in decline. You are right in part, but sometimes that manifests otherwise. If you fight for something really worthwhile, it means that there is passion in that relationship. Arguments show interest, but if at this point you do not argue for anything, but anything at all, neither by different points of view, means that everything is the same to you and you probably stopped feeling things. 8. Every time you miss him less when he is not there. You do not notice his absence, you do not care if he decides to stop sending text messages during the day. You no longer feel that something is missing. What is more, you experience certain tranquility if you do not know anything about him because it does not take away your sleep not knowing where or with whom he is. If he goes on a trip, it does not bother you if he does not contact you. 9. You are definitely not jealous of him. That his outings with friends also includes girlfriends does not become a matter of fight or dislike. Keep in mind that maybe you are not jealous, but you do not care, admit it. If you would really love him and care about your relationship, you would not feel so good to go to a bar surrounded by girls and he wouldn't invite you. 10. You do not fear to lose him but you fear to be alone. Happiness in a relationship is mainly made up of beautiful moments and feelings of peace and tranquility. But, although it seems difficult to understand, being happy in a relationship also involves feeling some fear of losing your partner, but that does not upset you. Basically your only concern is to be alone and that's why you continue with his company. To learn more about 10 signs that you are not in love just comfortable in your relationship, download my book free by clicking the book image on the right or the link in the description below, and please subscribe to this channel and share this video.